Welcome back to Summer Grillin'. Kelly from the Kentucky Beef Council joins me now, and we are going to talk about how you don't let any of your leftovers go to waste.
Yeah.
So we're talking about breakfast, and you know, I love anything for breakfast, but especially when you add steak and beef to it, how can we fuel our day?
Yeah, if you're anything like my family or myself, our leftovers go to the fridge to die. So we put them in there and you think you have great ideas and then you end up, at least for me, it becomes a little bit too difficult maybe that night and it's just easier to get something else. So what I have are super simple recipes that you can put together in the flash in the morning, or you can even have some fun lunch that you may have not thought of. So I brought those breakfast sandwiches. It's just an English muffin. I put some greens on it just so it had some other color. And then there's some Swiss cheese, an egg, and then that leftover steak's gonna be the star of the show. And it's perfect. You can add whatever sauce you'd like, whatever condiments you'd like, or even you could spice it up even more. If you like those tomatoes, mushrooms, some others, and maybe if you have some more time on your hand, you're working from home that day.
So with reheating beef, steak, any kind of cuts of meat, how would you navigate that?
Yeah, so if you're anything, and maybe you've had it before, you put it in the microwave and it becomes a bit tough.
Yeah.
It's not as lean as when you had it the night before. Some great things you can do with it are, if you have a lot of time, you can put it in that saute pan with a little bit of either some broth, some butter, just kind of giving it some more moisture, because that's where we're lacking it when we're putting it just in the microwave, but it still is just gonna be as tasty in there. But some way you may have not thought of that, or I didn't at least, till I was looking at some of our recipes on kybeef.com, was the air fryer. I have an air fryer at home that I usually use for like my frozen meals, and I throw them in there, or I have some veggies, but you can throw your steak in there, very simple amount of time, very low amount of time to have a great recipe.
So how long is steak good for as a leftover?
Yeah, so if you have cooked steak, you're going to use it in about 3 days. That's going to be your cutoff. So if you're maybe even meal prepping that Sunday before and you're having lunches throughout the week with ground beef, you could do it until that Friday. So you could have just that pound of ground beef split up over across the week. But with the steaks, you're going to want to use it as quickly as possible. So the best thing's going to be using it just that next day for breakfast and a nice lunch like these Mediterranean pitas.
So if someone sees these delicious looking breakfast sandwiches, how can they find these recipes?
Yeah, so both of these recipes are on kybeef.com. We have about 3,000 recipes that are split up through collections for all of your needs, whether that be kid-friendly, a Mediterranean twist like this, and all of your other needs.
Thank you so much, Kelly, for another Summer Grillin' segment.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
If you want to find this segment and anyone that we featured this year, you can go to wkyt.com/summergrillin'.